Well, how's it going, YouTube? Welcome to Meal Planning Monday, our very first Meal Planning Monday together. And I am actually filming this on Sunday so that I have plenty of time to edit it, upload it, and get it out to you guys early on Monday. That's my goal. For those of you who do Barn 45 Highland Bible studies in the morning with me at 9 a.m. here on a live stream, not on my channel, but over at Barn 45, I will leave a link down below. That restarts season 5 tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. So that will end at, it usually ends at like 10:30. So once that Bible study ends, I will then put this live so that I can, you know, chit chat with you guys in the comment section and put some time aside to talk to you guys. If you are a channel member, I really want to do a live stream with you guys just to sit and chit chat. So I'm not sure when I will do that. I don't think I'll do it tomorrow because, you know, it's going to take time to for everybody to watch the video. But that's my goal. That's what I would really like to do with you guys. So so this is our first Meal Planning Monday. I am by no means a teacher or a pro. I am just going to simply share with you guys what has worked for me. I have 6 children. I've had 4 boys at one time, and then I had Mason, and married Matt, had Mason, and we went through some financial struggles. And so we ended up on food assistance, and I ended up, and this is how the Kneady Homesteader channel started. I was already on YouTube, but just with a regular username, and but it was during this struggle where I was having a really hard time making ends meet. The last week of the month before the rollover of our food assistance, our cupboards were bare. And I had a girlfriend, Nada, sweet Nada, who would tell me, you know, Heather, I can teach you how to make all that stuff from scratch. Let me teach you. And I was like, no, that's too hard. I don't know how to do that. Like, I really thought cooking from scratch, you know, my mom didn't really cook from scratch. So I really thought like making a homemade, home cooked meal in my mind was, you know, Prego, spaghetti, and frozen garlic bread. And I'm being truthful at that. So like making sauce from scratch, what? That's way too hard. But one night she had called me. She actually hit me up, and it was on, what did we use back then? Oh, I forgot the video messaging we used to use back then. Skype? Was it? I think it was Skype. And I was crying, like ugly crying, and I'm like, I don't know how I'm going to do this. And she's like, I'm going to tell you how you're going to do it. I'm going to teach you how to cook from scratch. Girl, you're going to be able to make everything that you make now, but you're going to use like half to a third of the budget. And that's where my journey began with the Kneady Homesteader, because I really felt led to turning on the camera. I couldn't teach anybody anything. I was a hot mess. I didn't know anything. I watched a lot of women here on YouTube back in the day. It was Bev from our half-acre homestead, and it was Michigan Snow Pony, and there's so many of them. Bear Prepper, and Cat's Cradle, and Noreen's Kitchen, and oh my goodness, there was this circle, Linda's Pantry. There was a circle of women who cooked from scratch and baked bread and, you know, canned and preserved food, and I was just in awe. I was just in awe of them. So with my books, my canning books, my ball blue book in hand, and following these women, And so many of them, I'd reach out and they were so kind to me. I was a little nobody. But they reached out and they helped me. And that's when I felt led to turn on a camera. I knew that I couldn't be the only one out there struggling and needing to make this change, because I had to, you guys, I had to. So, that's when the Kneady Homesteader began, and it was a play on words because I was really needy. I had nothing. My first bread pans came from, the Salvation Army store. I bought them for, I think they were like $1 a piece or something like that, 88 cents, something like that. And so that's how my journey began. And now I'm sitting here 10 and a half years later, 10 years later. This is my 10th year. And I am simply turning on this camera. Not really because, I like to hear myself talk, because I feel like I'm a hot mess and I cringe. But I feel called to passing on the baton. And if I can just help one mama out there, who, I'm still the same person that I was 10 years ago, although my heart posture has changed from, the Lord working on me and from what I've been through. But if I can just help one person out there, it makes all of this worth it. So I'm not going to teach you anything. I'm just going to simply take you along and show you what has worked for me after tweaking this now for 10 years. I will be honest with you, I have not, since the accident, I've had so much damage to my right hand, which is my writing hand, my thumb, my finger, this finger. So I do like a lot of like coloring therapy and stuff like that to get my handwriting back. But to be honest, I meal plan in my mind most of the time because I'm so used to doing it. It is so second nature to me. So getting back into like writing it all out is a little nerve-wracking for me. It's a little intimidating. At the same time, it's exciting. So I'm going to kind of take you through. Now, like I said, I go in my pantry and I lay hands on my pantry. I overview everything. I touch everything. I see what I have. I see what I need to use up. And the same thing with my freezers. I like to go through my freezers. I like to see what I have, what I need to use up. I also check on sales, anything that I've bought now over the weekend. I will tell you when we go, I'm going to take you into my fridge and I'm just going to kind of show you what I'm working with. Now, last week we bought 10 pounds of ground round. I did not I forgot to take meat out of the freezer from my cow. But we have a really good butcher shop in town who, if you buy 10 pounds or more, you get a really good deal on it. So we ran and got that. They also had pork chops on sale, so we grabbed those. Those are downstairs in the freezer. So I've been working on ground beef because I've had a lot of ground beef in my fridge, 10 pounds of it. So I'm going to show you, like I browned up the ground beef the day before yesterday, the night before yesterday. And we used some of the ground beef last night in baked mastacholi. So that's what we had, baked mastacholi with garlic bread. I still have meat in there. I think I have enough for 2 more meals. So we're going to be meal planning tonight's meal. Now, I'm going to kind of throw that in as a bonus day. You and I mean, you're going to mainly focus on, starting today because it's Monday. But since I'm filming this on Sunday, I'm going to be using half of that meat for for dinner tonight. So when I meal plan, I'm gonna only be meal planning with that meat in mind for one meal, which will be tomorrow night's meal. This is my meal planner. I will leave a link down below to the Amazon link where I bought this. I love it, and many of you who picked it up also love it. It just has everything in it. And if you're new to meal planning, you might really enjoy the structure of having a place to write and keep everything. In the front of your, for those of you who do have this, in the front there is a place for inventory. Now I did not fill out mine because I'm just gonna be honest, there's only so much that my hand can write before it really starts to, especially my finger, really starts to get swollen and inflamed, and then I have to ice, and then it just becomes a whole thing. I'm trying to come off of my pain relievers, which right now it's just Tylenol and Motrin, but I try to really watch how much I overuse, especially if I'm typing to you guys and replying. There's just so much that my hands can do during the day, and then that's it. They're toast. So I did not write all that out because I know what's in my freezers, I know what's in my pantry, and it's not worth ruining my hand for. So I did not fill mine out, but you might want to fill that out, especially if you're new to keeping track of your food. When I was new, I used to like to track all of that. Beginning of my meal planner, I did include a prayer over my pantry. You don't have to do that if you don't want to, but just like we pray before we eat, I pray over my pantry, I pray over my meal planning, I pray over my videos before I turn that button on. I've been praying for you guys for the past probably 10-15 minutes. So that is totally up to you. What you want to add to your meal planner, if you want to use it as a, you know, scrapbooking and stickers and all that, is totally up to you. But a meal planner, anything will do. Even a like a journal book, like you could do, you know, a journal notebook, or even, I'll grab one of Mina's, you know, one of these. You can use one of these. I have a girlfriend who, that's what she uses when she makes her lists and stuff. So, and one more thing before we go into the kitchen with my meal planning, the way that I save money is I buy only food that's on sale, things that I use, that we use, my family enjoys. I'm done with buying things because it's either a good deal or because, you know, I better stock up on it. Those days are long gone for me. So I only buy food that my family enjoys. I buy multiples if I can afford it when it's on sale. And I work with what I have on hand. So many people meal plan, they make a list of their meals, and then they go out, then they might check their pantry and their freezer, and then they make a list of the groceries that they need to go buy to make those meals. I have tried it that way. I do not save money that way. I spend money that way. So I don't meal plan that way. I buy what's on sale, what's on the good deals, and then from there, I kind of lay it out, or as we're going to go into my fridge, I look at it all, and then I say, okay, what can I build from this? Now, sometimes I get a little adventurous, and I'll bring out my Betty Crocker book, or, you know, if you want to switch it up a little bit, because it does get monotonous eating the same meal over and over again. So feel free to like grab recipe books to help you along when you meal plan if you want to, you know, do something different. But for me, try to use the food that you have on hand. That way, nothing goes to waste. Everything has been bought on sale or special deal, manager specials, buy one, get one free. Like, that's what I search for. And even if I like something, like we yogurt. I love the wee French yogurt in the little glass bottles. I would buy them every week for myself. I love them. But they're expensive. So I don't buy them unless they're on sale. And they have to be like a good sale. It can't just be a little, you know, little money off. They have to be. So I don't buy things to eat because I enjoy it. I buy the things we enjoy only when they're on sale. Because quite frankly, in my area, groceries are between, from what they were in 2020, have either doubled or tripled in some cases. So I got to budget. I've got to budget. I've got to watch how much I'm spending on food. I just can't. I can't. Just like you. I cannot. We cannot. And that's why I'm making these videos, because in the hard times, this is where I flourish, man. This is where the Lord had me for a couple of years. And this is where I flourish. And so as I've been praying, Lord, what do you want me to do with my channel? This is it. I really think this might be it. So I hope that these videos are going to be edifying for you. Of course, I'm not going to explain all this, you know. I'm going to put all these videos in a playlist. This is probably going to be the longest video of all the meal planning videos that I make for you. As we go along, it'll be easier and faster, and you'll just kind of see what I do. And then, of course, your meal plan is going to look different than mine, because you're not going to have the same foods in your house. But you'll hopefully kind of get the concept and just try it out. See if it works for you. I am hoping, calling all YouTubers that turn on a camera, if you meal plan and you save money and you can help pass the baton to somebody else, I'm hoping more content creators jump on board and do their own meal planning Mondays. I think it would be fantastic. I don't think there's ever, you know, I'm a group person, man. I'm a community type person. I think that there is so much that we can learn from one another, and we can lean on one another and press into one another and really be uplifted by one another. So I'm hoping that more content creators jump on board and do their own meal planning Mondays. I think it would be great. I would love to see it. So, you know, I'm always open to learning new things, you know, and new ways. So, all right, with that, I'm going to take you into my kitchen. Okay, guys, so here is my fridge, and we are going to open it up. Now, no judging my fridge, okay? No judging my fridge. So we're going to open it up. We're going to take a look what we have. Like, right off the bat, I can tell you, I make a mental note right back there. I've got homemade barbecue sauce that I need to use. So I've got that. I've got ricotta cheese, which means lasagna. Cottage cheese, if you do a Weight Watchers lasagna, that's how I like it. But everybody else in this house likes the ricotta. I have pie shells. Okay, let's see. I've got biscuits. The Grands, this is going to be a, these Grands, these cinnamon rolls, that's going to be a video for you guys. But I've got biscuits. I've got tuna. Of course, I always have eggs. In my meat drawer, this is the ground beef that I have to use up and warm up. I'm making a mental note that I have. Now, you don't have to make a mental note. You can write it down. But I'm making a note that I have cheddar brats in here. Now, there's a lot of fresh veggies that are coming out of my garden. So, I always want to keep in mind using peppers, using zucchini, yellow squash, these kinds of things. I got some garlic that I picked up at Aldi. In here, I like to take a look at what I have as far as my cheeses go, right? So I take a look at what's open. So we have Munster open. Now, I don't really have to worry too much with my kids on this stuff because they eat this with lunch meat. But I'm making a mental note that I don't have any lunch meat. So, but I'm looking at my cheeses. I'm seeing what is open. Like this one is open. That's the Mexican one that we probably used for tacos last week. So just taking a look at what I have. So like Italian, this would go perfect with that lasagna. So this is what I'm looking at when I look at my fridge and the things that I bought. Now, I have not gone grocery shopping in, I think it's been 2 weeks. So I am pulling from my reserves, whatever's in my freezer. If there's something like dairy or something like that that I need, okay, you know, those things usually are rarely on sale anymore. Do you remember when milk used to go on sale? They don't do that anymore. Now it's just always the set price. But this is what I do. I come in here and I just take a look at what I have so that I have a mental note of what I can make as far as groceries go. You know, I've got, of course, I've always got pickles and salad dressing. But I just want to take a look at the things that I have, the things that I might need. Got my butter, got my lard. And so now I'm going to go back and you're going to see my, my chaotic mind pull this all together to save a few dollars this week by using what I have on hand. And everything, especially those, get on sale. Get on sale. All right. Okay. Let's go back to the desk. So I hope that wasn't a little too weird going into my fridge, but I just want to show you like what I do. Okay. So now I'm gonna kind of aim you down to my meal planner, and we're gonna etch out a meal plan. Now, before I write it in for sure, I'm probably going to take I'm not even going to take a scrap piece of paper because I kind of want to show you exactly how I figure it out. So I might write on the empty page next to it as we kind of crank out a meal plan. Okay, so hopefully you guys can kind of see this a little bit, I hope. This would, you know, maybe I should use that bone thing, you know, that goes around my neck for like first person. That might work. I don't know. We're gonna roll with this for right now, and hopefully you guys can see as I do this, as I write this out. Okay, so last week, and I didn't finish writing last night. We had baked ziti with garlic bread. Okay, so last week I started on mine. If you're using this meal planner, you're going to be starting on 1. What I am going to do is I'm going to be highlighting days of the week that I need to cook either early or I need to cook late because of things that we have going on. Okay, so more importantly, like, you know, Mina's schedule, church schedule, that kind of thing. So today is, well, for you guys, it's going to be the 9th. I'm going to start this on the 8th because that's tonight for me. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. And let me double check just to make sure, because I have brain injuries and I don't want to ever, I always double triple check myself now. So okay, so here is for me the dates are going to be September 8th through 14th. This is going to, for me, start on Sunday because for me, I I am a Sabbath day observer, so for me Saturday is the 7th day. So mine might look a little different. You can start yours on Monday if you want. It's totally up to you, okay? It's not going to affect our videos together. Monday, Tuesday, and if you don't have this planner, don't worry. Just fill out the planner that you're using, or if you're using a notebook, kind of do something similar for your notebook. And do Friday and Saturday. Okay. So tonight, now you saw that I had that. So what I'm gonna do is over here. I'm gonna do cooked ground beef. And I'm gonna put. I have about 2 pounds in there, maybe 2.5 pounds. But enough for 2 dinners. I know I have that ricotta cheese. And cottage cheese, in case I want to do cottage cheese. I know I have Italian cheese in there. And then I know what I have in my freezers as well, so I can pull from there. I know I have those pie shells. I know I have those biscuits and croissants. I'm not going to include all my veggies, but you can. Like, go over if you have onions, potatoes to use up. I do have potatoes that I still have left from my garden. And I know, mental note, that I have peppers, I have onions, all of that. So, tonight, what I am making is I'm going to be using some of these pie shells. I'm going to be using some of this cooked ground beef. And I have in my pantry, because of my, you know, having to go almost a year without teeth, I have a lot of mashed potatoes. A lot. And they're in those annoying little bags because I bought the flavored ones because I was so tired of eating plain mashed potatoes. So I know I have a lot of flavored ones. I even have 4 cheese in there. So for tonight's dinner, and I'm just going to flip this just to make it a little easier for me to write. Tonight's dinner, we are doing cheeseburger pie. Now for me, cheeseburger pie, I'm going to be using half or 1 pound of cooked ground beef. I'm going to be using 1 box of those pie shells in there. I'm going to be using 2 packs of 4 cheese, mashed potatoes. I'm just going to put mashed, well, I'll put potatoes down there. And then I've got some of that leftover taco cheese that I need to use up. So I'm going to just sprinkle on top, because the mashed potatoes are already flavored. On top, I'm just going to throw the rest of that open taco cheese on top. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put the ground beef, I'm going to make the mashed potatoes, take the pie crust, put it in my pie plate, put the ground beef, add the mashed potatoes. I'll probably warm the ground beef before I do this, so that hot is with hot instead of putting it on top of cold meat. I'm going to make the mashed potatoes, put that on top of the ground beef, and then I'm going to top that mashed potato with shredded cheese. And that is going to be, like, I used to call it meat potato pie, but now it's cheeseburger pie in this house. And then I know I have home canned green beans, which would go good with that. And so I can serve that, and that is it. Like green beans and cheeseburger pie. You got your potato, you got your meat, your bread. I mean, you could, if you wanted to, like make biscuits on the side, but we're gonna have pie crust, and so that's enough. So that's gonna be our meal tonight. Not complicated, very, very easy. So there's one meal. So now I'm gonna come back over here, and I know that I'm gonna use one of those and one of the Sunday, one for Sunday. Okay, so for tomorrow night, I know I want to use up the rest of that ground beef because I don't like to keep ground beef like floating around in my fridge. And I cooked it up. It'll be a couple nights now, right, by Monday. So what I'm going to do tomorrow, I'm going to make a lasagna. Let's see, because let me get a highlighter. Okay, just to make it a little easier to see, I'm going to come over here, and I know Monday night is competitive cheer night. That's 3 hours at the studio. So I know I have got to either make dinner early or late, or something that can be easily rewarmed if Mina's not here to sit down and eat with the rest of us, which I really don't like doing. So lasagna is one of those things that I can make, and we can either eat it a little late or eat it a little early. So another night, Wednesday night, this is a Bible study at church night. And so I know on that night, usually I do a crock pot meal so the kids can feed themselves when I'm not here. But that's a night that I have to pay attention to on what I cook. And then Friday. Friday is also cheerleading night and gymnastics night. So that is a full schedule night. So I either have to cook early and she has to eat dinner early, or we eat late that night. So those are the 3 nights that, oh, Thursday. Okay, so Thursday, Danny and I are double dating with my girlfriend Christine over at Simon Getty North. If you are not subscribed to her, go subscribe to her. I'll leave a link down below to her channel. And we are going out to dinner on Thursday night. So now I know Thursday night also has to be, so what I am going to do on this, I'm going to put date night. Danny and I always try to do a date night on Thursdays if we can, because it's really important for a kingdom marriage to set some time aside where you're not mom or dad and you're just, you know, you and your spouse, and it's just you guys. So Friday, of course, is Mina cheer and gym. Wednesday is church. And Monday is Mina cheer. Okay. So those, I have to be mindful of what I'm cooking, so that it's not one of those meals like breaded pork chops. You can't really warm a breaded pork chop. I mean, you can, but it'll be kind of like shoe leather. So, like, I save, like, big meals like that. Like, if I'm doing barbecue chicken on the smoker or something like that, I try to save that kind of meal for when we're all here and eating at the same time, or we're not eating super late, if I can. So, okay, so Monday. So, what I'm going to do on Monday, we're doing lasagna. And then I can make homemade bread, which everybody will be so excited about. This is a day that we're releasing meal planning. So I know I want to make something too that I can spend time on the computer. Okay, so So that's what we're going to do. We're going to do lasagna. And I'm going to use up the rest of that beef. Okay. And I'm going to be using up at least one of those ricottas. I have 2 in there because it was buy one, get one free. I have the Italian cheese I'll be using. So this is going to be for Monday. And that'll be it. That'll be good. Okay, so Tuesday. Now I have those sausages in there. So on Tuesday we're going to do the smoked sausage. The smoked sausage. It's cheese sausage. Now my family likes it on hoagie rolls. Now I will probably get like hoagie rolls or hot dog buns, but eventually as my endurance comes back I want to start making that. So now smoked sausage, my family loves to have mac and cheese with this. So mac and cheese, homemade. And then we will do we will probably do home canned green beans. We eat a lot of home canned green beans. Everybody loves them. So green beans. Now, if I have leftover, and this brings me to Wednesday because Wednesday's church night, I want something in the crock pot. So what I'm going to do on Wednesday night, and I'm going to, alright, so here, if you want to write, like this is, it says grocery list on here, you can write the things that you need to get. So I'm going to put on here, need. Oh, I don't need anything for lasagna. I don't need nothing. So I'm going to put nothing. Need, for Tuesday night, hoagie buns. That's the only thing I'm going to need for that dinner. But if hot dog buns are on sale, that's what we'll go to the store and we'll grab whatever's on sale. For Wednesday night, I am going to do chili. So homemade chili, and what I'm going to do is any leftover, so I'm going to put in here leftover sausage, and then 1 pound beef from freezer. So I know I need to pull out a pound of meat the night before. This will also allow me to use peppers from garden. And anything that's left over Tuesday night with those smoked sausages can get chopped up into little pieces, just like if you guys have ever eaten chili. I don't think they sell the chili anymore, but Famous Dave's. Oh, I used to love Famous Dave's chili because they would put all the, like, the pork in there. They would put beef in there. They had ground beef. They had sausage. They had jalapenos. They had shredded pork. They had like all the meats they threw in their chili, and I loved the smoked sausage in there. So we will be throwing anything left over so nothing goes to waste here. Now, also with chili, a lot of people like to mix the mac and cheese with their chili and have chili mac. So by making a pot of chili, my kids can use leftover, and I'm going to put on here leftover mac and cheese if they want to make cheesy mac, because that will be an option for them. So a pot of chili, and that will be good. Now, if I wanted to, I could use some of those canned biscuits. If you needed to use them up, my dates are still good on mine, but if you needed to use that up, this is an opportunity where you could do that. For me, I don't think I'll have any homemade bread from Monday. My family eats it. But for me, I could make bread. I like chili with crackers though. So I know I've got crackers in my pantry. I always have crackers on hand. But that's another option you could do. So I'm just kind of throwing that out there on how to kind of mentally lay it down, if that makes sense. Okay, so that is okay. So now Thursday, we're going out to dinner. So what I think I'm going to do on Thursday is they're going to have hot dog night. My kids love hot dog. I get the all beef franks for them. We're going to do Hebrew Nationals. Hebrew National. Because I have some in the freezer downstairs. So make a mindful note. Pull. I should do that too for the 1 pound. Yeah, from freezer. Okay, pull from freezer hot dogs. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to, right there. So instead of the hoagie buns, these are going to now be hot dog buns. Hot dog buns. Because I'm going to buy hot dog buns, especially if I can find them somewhere local where they are on sale. And then I can pick up hot dog buns for both nights. So, we'll do 2 packages of hot dog buns. So they will have hot dogs, and then they will be able to, up here, use leftover chili. And my kids like chili on their hot dogs. So we're using the leftover chili. For the chili, we are using leftover mac and cheese from the night before. Do you see how I lay that out? That's what I keep in mind when I meal plan. So that everything is getting used, but kind of in a new way. So it doesn't feel like a leftover. Now, what I could do, if say there's hoagie buns are on sale, and I don't want to buy hot dog buns, say hot dog buns aren't on sale, I can do the croissants. And then those get wrap around hot dogs. So have you ever done mummy dogs where you take the hot dog and then you wrap it in a croissant and then you bake it? I don't know if you've ever done that. If not, my kids love it. So that's another option I can do. I can not buy the hot dog buns at all and go right to using the croissants that I know I have in the fridge. And then again, using the leftover chili. And then Friday. I wonder if we'll even have leftover chili. Now, if we did, okay, if I did have leftover chili, you could do a baked potato night. A loaded baked potato night, and offer chili as one of the toppings along with cheddar cheese. I've got scallions in there. I could even pull a pound of bacon out of the freezer and fry that up to put on top of a potato. But doing chili and cheese baked potatoes, because I got sour cream in there, right? We saw sour cream in my fridge. So many times after a chili night, I'll do a baked potato night, or I'll do a baked potato night 2 nights after. Not to burn everybody out on chili. But that is an option too, to do a baked potato night. I think on Friday, because Mina has cheer, remember I want to do something that I can either make one while she's gone so that when she comes home she can eat dinner, or we can just eat a little bit later that night. She comes home around 7 p.m. so that's a late night. I am going to do, I'm going to pull beef from freezer, and we are going to do taco night. If I don't have at least one taco night a week, my kids might lynch mob me. They like a taco night. Now I'm going to do a taco night because that's an easy thing that I can warm up for her. Say we all eat, I hate eating without her, but I'm just going to throw that out. Say we did have to eat without her. That's something easy that I could easily warm up and make her a taco. She just eats meat and cheese. She doesn't have anything else on her tacos. But taco night, now if I'm going to pull a 1.5 pound package of meat, of beef. Because what I can do then, I'm going to brown this. I'm going to add, okay, so the beef, 1.5 pounds, add black beans. Now I like to add black beans to my tacos because it stretches the meat even further. I will make refried beans, which I have refried beans because I have home canned pinto beans, so I can make that. And then Spanish rice. Am I running out of ink? Oh, am I running out of ink? All right. Spanish rice. My kids need a vegetable with their, oh, I didn't finish that. So we're going to do, they like French fries. So we'll do French fries in the air fryer. And we'll do corn, buttered corn, because they love that. Okay. And then on Saturday, I can do nachos. And with nachos, one bag, which I have in my pantry, one bag of, a mega bag of Tostitos tortilla chips. And I can use everything that we didn't eat here, throw it on nachos, along with some, I have jalapenos. I have all those peppers out of my garden. So I can put all of that and then add the queso, salsa. I will leave a link up above to my nachos, my smoked nachos. My family loves smoked nachos. So, now, you could switch this around, too. You could do, you know, the hot dog night on Friday, taco night on Thursday. And so you're not eating, like, the same things. But I am being conscientious about what we've got going on those days. And my family doesn't mind. But if your family does, and you can't, like, serve them what you had the night before, even if you kind of dress it a little different, bounce around. Like, skip a night and do it the second night. So, so this is how I do it, you guys. This is how, this is, you know, behind the scenes to my madness. But this is how I make sure that whatever I'm doing, I'm not spending a whole lot of money. And really the only thing that I'm buying, and I don't even need to, really are the hot dog buns for the smoked sausage. To be honest, because I have peppers and onions coming out of my garden, like you could just grill those or smoke those with onions and peppers and forego putting it on a bun. My family likes it though on a bun because because I cook for kids. So they don't like the onions and the green peppers. So I kind of, you know, so the only thing that I'm buying out of pocket is going to be hot dog buns. And depending if I want to use and I'll ask the kids, do you want croissants? Do you want your hot dogs wrapped in croissants? Or do you want them in hot dog buns? And then they can pick. But that's going to be my only expense for this whole week of meal planning. Okay, so there is my, my way of meal planning. Gosh, I hope that I explained everything right. I wish my brain was... I wish it worked a little bit better and I could use my words a little clearer and explain things a little better. I'm hoping I did okay. As we move along with Meal Planning Mondays, you'll probably get the hang of it. Hopefully, I explained that and showed it in a way that was edifying for you in some way. I need feedback, so let me know down below if this is helpful to you at all. And hopefully I did okay. I've been praying over this video and that I'd be able to quiet my mind and be able to verbalize coherently what goes on in here, because for me, like, I'm so used to doing all of that in my head, I don't have to write it down anymore. And I'm just like, oh, boom, 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 boom in my head. I'm like, okay, I know exactly what we're having each day of the week. And if you stick to your meal plan, like I said, I could get away with no hot dog buns and spending no money this week. If you stick to your meal plan, you can really save money. The one thing that I really, really, really don't like is wasting food. On our garbage night is Sunday night, so it's tonight, and we always clean out the fridge, right? I don't like throwing anything out of the fridge, and as you can see, my fridge is clean. All of our leftovers have been used up throughout the week. If I notice that we don't have enough leftovers where I can incorporate it in the next night's meal, I will serve it for the kids for lunch. So instead of their ham sandwich, or like Mason loves peanut butter and jelly, I will rewarm them something. So like the lasagna, I might have leftover lasagna. I did not factor that into any of the meal plans. You could do a way that you could do that. Let me see. Okay, so a way that you could do that is Monday I'm doing lasagna. The next night I'm doing smoked sausage. You could actually do smoked sausage and serve it with lasagna. So something like a sausage with peppers and onions with lasagna as a little side dish. It's not going to be like a big piece like you would have if you're having that as your main course, as a side. And then serving that with a salad would be fantastic. I might even do that because that sounds really good. And then I wouldn't need the hot dog buns at all. But then I was going to make the mac and cheese for the chili mac. See? But you've got options. You've got options, Heather. And this is what ends up making meal planning for me a lot of fun. Now, if something happens where I wake up and I'm like, you know what? It's about to storm out. My body is hurting. Like my hand is, like a claw. I can't make homemade mac and cheese tonight. I can pivot and do the sausage and peppers with any lasagna. Even if you've got to cut it in half or cut it in fours, just a little serve a little side of it, and then serve like an antipasto salad with it. That's a great way that I use to use up lunch meat. When the kids eat the lunch meat and then we're at the end of the week and, I've got a straggly, a little bit of turkey left and a little bit of, honey ham left. And then I've got some packets of those cheeses that are open. What I'll do is I'll slice it and dice it. I'll toss it into a salad with some croutons, some tomatoes, right now you can get out of your garden some green peppers, some red onion, some yellow banana peppers, and serve it as a salad. I've been eating a salad almost every day. My summer of salads, legit. So that's what I've been doing. So these are once you start getting into this, it gets really exciting because you're like, oh, I can do this with that. Oh, I could do that with that. And then I could mix this with that. And then before you know it, you're coming up with new meals that your family will eat and they'll be like, this is so good. Like chili on a baked potato with a loaded baked potato. Like, Mom, this is so good. This is like a Wendy's chili. Yeah, it is. So be free with it. Like, play around with it. You know, especially as you grow into it, it's going to get, sometimes like I challenge myself, like, okay, what can I make this week where I'm not going and things are low, okay? My fridge might be a little bare. It's like a challenge. Okay, what can I make without buying a single thing this week where I can feed the whole family? So, like I said, I hope this was helpful to you. I've been praying on this video. Lord, let this video help at least one person out there. I love you guys. Feedback, please let me know if this was helpful to you in some way. I love you guys. I'm here for you guys. I'm cheering you on if you're new to meal planning. If you're not new to meal planning and this is a new way, maybe I'm hoping that, you know, it give you maybe some new ideas. And again, if you're a content creator and you make videos here on this platform, consider doing some meal planning. But if you meal plan, if you don't meal plan and you're a content creator, maybe you can film yourself learning how to meal plan, because I just have this feeling in my spirit that it might be, you know, this might be the winter. Now, I'm not a doom gloom person, you know, stock up now, you know, times are gonna get hard, you're not gonna be able, no. Everything we do here, we do with joy in our heart, and we do for the love of our family. So consider this fun, because it can be. It is. For me, it is. It's fun. It's a challenge, and we'll come up with, you know, new meals. I might pop on, you know, during the week and maybe film some of these dinners for you if you guys are interested in something like that. And then for channel members, I thought about doing like a live stream and just chit-chatting about meal planning and canning and those kinds of things. At least, like, you know, checking in with you guys like once a week and hanging out with you, because and I know some people don't like, because it's the channel members, but it kind of makes it so that I don't have to worry about trolls and haters and just, you know, like pornographic things and, you know, being put aside with, you know, people that, you know, are members of the channel. It just makes it a safer place for me, a safer place for them, and I can share without like having, you know, the world. I'm learning boundaries. I'm learning boundaries to keep myself, you know, not, you know, worried about the wrong things, and concentrated on the things that the Lord has me doing. He's brought me through it to help others through it. That's why we endure what we endure. So it's a blessing, and it's a privilege, and it's an honor, and I love you guys. Thank you for being here. First Monday of meal planning, and I'll be seeing you this week, but I will see you back here for sure next Monday. All right, love you guys. God bless, and I'll see you soon.